Welcome again to Tech Unplugged Live at NetApp Insight. I am Enrico Signoretti and now I'm with Chris Merz from Solidfire, right?
Yep, NetApp Solidfire.
That's great. So can you introduce yourself and just give us a little bit of background about your role in NetApp?
Certainly. In the NetApp Solidfire division, I'm a principal solutions architect. I work a lot with the field, with our customers, finding right fit solutions, and act as kind of a subject matter expert for running databases on the Solidfire platform.
So databases is kind of interesting thing. In this DevOps world, everything is stateless, but actually we have databases.
Hey, stateless microservices are great for almost everything. And there's, but you do run into the case where at some point you have to persist your data. At some point you have to keep a record of data, and especially with more and more data being collected all the time, and the exponential growth of data, those things need to be addressed. And in a DevOps world, as much as we'd love everything to be stateless and be able to shut things down and bring them up, databases kind of have to be persistent. They have to be there all the time.
So, is it changing the way we manage databases in the next generation infrastructure? And so, what are you guys doing to improve that?
Well, so I come also from a DevOps background as well. So part of my role over the last several years has been figuring out how databases plug into DevOps. How do you kind of shave off that square peg so it fits in the round hole of DevOps? And there are a lot of things you can do. Database automation, you can actually containerize databases at this point, but you still have to have a tie back to the persistence layer. And instead of calling it a storage, I like to call it a persistence layer. So it's a layer of your stack, and the more automation you have with that persistence layer, the better it fits into DevOps patterns. You can create new patterns that allow you to treat databases more like you would other services in the stack.
So, and do you see also in this DevOps kind of thing, so most of this DevOps is, especially when you have a test team, a development team, so
yes, the CI/CD part of it. With the continuous integration, continuous deployment, what we found is that with a storage layer like NetApp Solidfire, when you have the ability to create instantaneous snapshots and then very fast clones of large data systems, what you can then do is leverage that into your CI/CD process. So if you want to be testing your code on not just a stub of the data, but the entire data set itself. And it's very easy to create an entire copy of the full data set to use for your quality database, for your integration database, and a full copy for your dev test team to use. Now, the rub comes with, well, doesn't that take a lot of capacity? Doesn't that take up so much more storage? Not if you're doing it with the Solidfire cloning capability. It's deduplicated. So you can have many copies of the same multi-terabyte data set, but you're only taking up space as if it was one instance.
Yeah, and what about QoS? So you are very strong on that.
Exactly. Well, see, I call QoS the key to database consolidation. It is absolutely the fundamental linchpin. If you don't have QoS, you're asking for a noisy neighbor problem. You're just asking for a noisy database problem, and you're going to get, but with QoS, you're able to say, okay, this is production, so I'm going to up-level the QoS here. This is my QA database, I want it to be close to production, but not quite. This is my reporting database, which I want to spin up at night, turn down during the day, and then my development instances are going to be gated at a much lower level, so they don't impact the production system. So that's where QoS comes in as the absolutely key linchpin of the entire thing.
So do you have resources where we can look for more information?
Certainly. If you go to solidfire.com/solutions, you'll see a database link, and go in from there and you can drill down into the various databases that we support, such as Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, MongoDB, Cassandra, and those types of things. And then also I'm available on Twitter, @MErzDBA. You can always find me there.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much again.
Absolutely, my pleasure.